Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Contest of Speed EU3. Yes, I'm back on commentary, but this time I'm joined by the other dynamic half of the duo. I have Lewis this evening, which is going to be fantastic.
Absolutely.
After he stops eating his chocolate cupcake that he's eating, we both had dinner, hence why the late start to the proceedings. It's commitment to the cause. Hopefully everyone is here. There's the tyre graphics so you can see what the lovely people have been up to whilst we've been away. 5 minutes in and some people are out on the medium tyre already, has with a 17.2 on the mediums. Very interesting.
That is almost as tasty as my cupcake.
That is very tasty.
Right, I've washed that down. I'm good to go, guys.
You are good to go.
I am good to go. So, welcome everyone. Welcome back, and welcome. Yeah, thank you for the intro, Ray. Welcome to yourself. It's always nice to have a nice commentary chinwag on a race that, let's be honest, we're getting information for tomorrow's race, really.
We are. Well, we got some information from last night's race, really. Unbelievably, Lewis, I don't know if you saw, no safety cars or VSCs in the EU4.
That is really impressive.
That is impressive.
Considering last season, I seem to remember there was one in our class, maybe one safety car.
There was.
I don't know if you remember, I had a very nice little drift and somehow avoided hitting everyone. But I think there was one safety car. So it is one of those tracks, though. There's that certain corner, I can't remember what the turn it is, but we all know what we're talking about when I say the turn that can make you spin out.
Yep.
On this track, yeah. So there's that. There's also the curb at turn 1. You clip that the wrong way, the back end will spin you round. As I almost had it happen to me, but yeah, it's a track that, because I think there's quite a bit of runoff, it's quite hard to actually write off your car around here. It's more people just spinning off, and that's it. When you compare that with the previous race last week in Imola.
Yeah, this track you can get away with making mistakes. Turn 4 is probably the only place where you're likely to see a safety car because the barrier on the left hand side.
Yeah, true.
As you go up the hill. Yes, and with that, because there was no safety cars in the EU4 last night, there were some people that ran out of fuel right at the end.
Yes, that does happen. People do risk it, don't they?
Which costs certain individuals a podium. I won't say the person's name because he's heartbroken enough as it is, so I won't call him out. He was driving in a Red Bull, so... Sorry, I'm showing my bias here. McLaren all the way this season.
When I cut, I bleed orange.
You do bleed orange. Who else is not done a lap? Rack's not done a lap. All 19 drivers tonight, though. It's all from EU3. We only have to use one reserve, and that's Vamu. Vamu's jumped in, and he's jumped into the Alpine, I believe. Where is he? I'll find him now. He's jumped into the Alpine. He is racing instead of Danny Boy, who's not here. Other than that, is business as normal. Everyone is in their right cars and in their right teams, which is fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. So, 8 minutes. I've got 8 minutes 44 left on my clock. I don't know what you've got.
I have 9 minutes and 26 seconds, which is
right.
Completely.
One of us is right. Most probably you. So far, got a runner. Shane's on mediums, interestingly. Do a run on medium, whereas fastest time is on a soft compound. His best is on a soft tyre. Medium tyre. So expect Has to, when he does come out of the pits, to improve his time quite substantially.
Thank you, Mr. Blades. My clock is apparently closer to the actual time than yours is, so
it normally is. It's the same for Thomas.
Yeah, usually is the case. I say you what, it really the person streaming should have really the best and most accurate timing. I'm just making sure in my blind panic that
Also,
the weather is correct, and it's not correct as long as it's dry. Then it's not a disaster. In fact, overcast conditions is probably doing these guys a favour, actually.
Absolutely, because it was going to be sunny, light cloud, sun. That's what the race was going to be. The quali was going to be sunny, just clear.
Yeah, which is going to. Is it actually rain the race? If not, I'm going to have to restart, Blades. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Ah, yes. Okay, fine. That's alright then. I know Spud did say, but I just wanted someone else to confirm just to make sure. So we get dry in the race as well, thank goodness. Is there still someone not set a time? Marina Rat's not set a time, and he's going again. Lewis, track limits round here seemed yesterday to be a slight issue. I don't know what your experience is.
I'm not surprised. Track limits round here. I think if I remember rightly, I don't think I got any penalties around here in last season. So it's not, for me personally, a track that's too bad, unless you just run wide. I think it's more of an issue of running wide.
Yes.
It's more that issue.
It's more running wide around here than actually cutting the corner, the inside of the corner, yeah. This one with Marina at turn 11, I believe, is one where it's likely to run wide. Top of turn 4, out of the hairpin at turn 5, and then turn 7 and 8 as well. And obviously turn 1. Because you run wide, because you don't want to touch the inside, because the sausage curb will kill you. Sounds dramatic, but it does. It spins you around, and it's not very nice. Marina at 16.6.
Right, who we want to look at? We want to look at Has, and he's done it. Pole.
16.3.
Yeah, 16.3. I was going to say we want to look out for Has because I knew he did such a good time on the medium that he was going to have that pace on that soft, and he did by some margin. Yes, that's going to be 3 tenths clear.
Yeah, Austin's gone to 8th. Pole position last night was a 16.9, so that currently, and that was from Blades, so currently that would put them about P4 for Blades at the moment compared to last night. Oh, and also someone else got into the 16.9s. Don't want to disrespect everyone.
Now Silver is coming towards the end of the lap, and he's only really similar pace to what he did previously, so if he's going to improve, it's going to be in his final sector. We'll know if he hasn't improved because he runs wide. There we go. So he's going to be coming to the pit, so I thought straight away.
Phantom Pro 16.9, found half a second.
Yeah, very close around that P4 down. It's very close. The amount of cars are within a tenth of each other. You've got down in like 7th, 8th, and 9th, and 10th. They're all the 117 ones.
Yep.
But I wouldn't expect it any other way. Now we're getting towards the final stage of quali, final runs.
Yeah. It was close last night actually. Top 8 were only separated by about 3 or 4 attempts, which is quite exciting towards the sharp end of qualifying.
What I want to know is which part of the tracks will we be fighting in tomorrow, man? That's what
all of them. All of the track.
Where we qualify, find ourselves together.
We will at some point. It's just a given. Other than last week, I don't want to talk about Imola last week.
I briefly had a bit of a thing with you on the first lap.
Yeah, and then I got scared because people broke way too early behind them after the first safety car restart, and I found myself at the back. But that's fine. Feeling a bit more confident tomorrow. Just turn 8 seems to be the problem. That's the problem corner, I think, for most people around here. The old lack of grip. That's enough looking at Rack. Let's have a look at Shane. Shane is invalidated on the outside of turn 1. Won't be the first, won't be the last.
Wizard's on a hot lap and he's nearly 5 tenths up on his previous best. So his previous best was 17.8. So he's going to need to improve a little bit more if he wants to get around that top 10 mark. It doesn't need much more. I wonder if his previous time was on the medium.
Quite close in that midfield, from 4th to 12th. From 4th to 11th, only a couple of attempts.
There you go, he's up to 12th. Bit of time to make up if you would want to go in the top 10, but... Oh, yeah, in sector 1. But, I think sometimes it works out. I mean, this track is soft to medium, isn't it?
Yes, soft to medium can work. We saw that last night. Sneaky Tom, an absolute freak of nature, did 26 laps.
I'm trying to remember what the strategy
27 laps on the mediums last night.
Yeah, and it was definitely soft mediums. Yeah, I definitely did a soft medium strategy.
Which was brave, to say the least. Brave, very brave.
Absolutely.
An angry McLaren. Oh, it's good to know, Blades. I'm glad he's angry. Hopefully that's going to energise him. An energised Spud is a very scary thing on the racetrack.
Well, Spud did good last week. Really good. I think he finished 3rd or 4th. I think it was 4th in the end.
Good point scores in all for the McLarens last week.
Yeah.
Well done, boys. Congratulations. The Freddos are in the post.
So, coming towards the last minute, see who only was on the hot laps. So Vamo invalidated.
Hilly was, and he did a 16.8, so he puts himself up into 4th place.
Yo has.
There's a Ferrari of Cacho Silva. No, Danny. Still. I don't know if he's starting a lap or not.
Has invalidated. Ran a little bit wide. So top 2 invalidated. Marina is about to start his hot lap.
Shane is finishing his, but he's come straight in. Oh, LL No Brains is not rapid because he got his other account banned for a week because he's a naughty boy. Vamu's retired in the pits, so he knows he can't improve on that.
But
invalidated by the looks of things. Sygate's in the pits. Is that a Luke? I see. Yeah, Luke is finishing his lap off in the Williams.
Marina, sector 2. He is currently slightly down the end of sector 1. But will he be up? He's got a guy ahead in Phantom who's going to get in the way, and he's still just under a tenth shy of his previous best. Phantom could be in trouble here. Oh yeah, I think Phantom could be in trouble for that because he was distracting the Aston. The Aston clipped the curb too much and spun round. So I wouldn't be surprised if Marina does log that in. Because that car should have got out of the way. Oh, and Has just had a crash.
Oh, Has just had a crash. Not rapid in the Alpine. Currently in 15th. He's on the move. Half a second up, which will put him into the top 10 if he can hold on to that. Oh, just outside. Look how close that is.
Very close. A lot of people invalidating in these final runs.
Redmond's already in.
Bud's the only one who can improve, but he's 500s down.
We'll jump on board with Spard, who comes in, so he's going to go with the alternate strategy approach. And that, Lewis, that concludes qualifying nearly as we see Luke go around the final corner. He's trying to push as high up as he can. He was 4 attempts up and puts himself 13th.
You'd love to see it.
You'd love to see it. That is the end of qualifying. Everyone's setting a time apart from Max. Relatively close though.
Absolutely.
From P4 down to, P4 down to P15, I think. Separated by less than a second. few more into the 1 minute 16s, which was good to see. We didn't get that many last night, but we got a few more tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Hasmania P1, 116.3. Very good timing. It didn't need to. Well, fortunately, didn't need to try and better that time. But it's going to be super close, and in race trim, will. Who do you reckon on that scoreboard?
Unpredictable. There you go, top 16 separated by a second. That's pretty good going. A bit of a turn up for the books, that one. It's not really gone to form. Let's have a look at the driver's standings. I haven't seen them, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Yeah, so Marina currently leads the way, Lewis. He's had 2 races. He's had 2 wins, and that's pretty emphatic. It's a 100% record when he's actually raced. Shane has raced 3 times and is currently sitting in second place on 45 points. Yeah, he's got all thirds, so these two just like being first or being third, by the looks of things.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent. Hilly is third, 34 points. 5th, 4th and 4th, and missed Imola. So it's quite... There's a certain pattern going towards it. Other than that, pretty much as you would take it. Aston Martin leading the way in the Drivers' Championship. That is the team of Austin and Marina at 81 points to Alfa Romeo 70, and closely followed by McLaren 67.
As we wait, the clock hits 0.
It does.
Let's see what the tyres are saying on those guys outside of the top 10. So we have got a few people on the softs, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, as I found out obviously last week, because the thing with going with the medium, yes, it's alright, but if everyone does the medium, you kind of like force on that strategy of, okay, these are the guys we're going to be against. And also, if you're near about the top 10, you'll have a fresh set of softs, so instantly you'll get a better start off the line, and depending on which track, if there's a track with quite a long straight, then you can really take advantage of that. If it's a short one, like Monaco, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Around here, it's quite a short run down to the first corner, but those first few corners, you're going to have a massive advantage, and for the first few laps, you have still a big advantage. So I'm not surprised there's a few guys in that outside the top 10 going for the softs, because at the beginning, it can work, and if there is a safety car towards the point of when they want to pit for mediums, that can really suit as well, but obviously you can't control that. I think looking at the pace, is going to be between Haas and Vamo in this race. If it's a straightforward green race, but the way things go, in contest speed, and and anything can happen. I do fancy Marina as well. I know it's boring top 3, but I think Marina might have some strong pace as well showing in that car, better than he did in quali.
Well, those are Lewis's predictions. Do people agree? That is the question.
Yeah, I'm going to go Marina, Haas, and maybe even like Cacho Silva, E3.
Ooh, interesting. Thank you, Blades. 3-0 to Liverpool. Thank you. Spud is saying a final hello before the race begins. I think we are all good to go. We are. And away we go. 5 for Portugal, and is away. And they're all relatively safe, I think, Lewis, as they go through turn 1 and 2.
They are, indeed. There's been no spinners. Oh, but there's
Zamu's off.
Yeah,
Zamu's off.
Wing damage as well. He must have hit the back of someone. And
Side
Ferrari has spun. It's
Dan's round.
Dan.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
Dan is
I don't
round.
know what happened. It must have been contact with one of the guys from behind, just getting kicked out. It's the only way for wing damage. There's a battle with the Mercedes and Alfa Romeo, a Phantom and Hilly. Now the tricky turn 8. Everyone being treacherous through that section. Oh, we got yellow because I think someone spun. And it's the other Alpine. No brains. So, disaster for Alpine in that first lap already.
Oh, the Williams gone off. That is Jack, I think. Jack's got damage. Oh, and someone's dropped it. Rax dropped it. Miles down.
Yeah, and Red Bull of Cygate went off the track as well. It's all kicking off on this first lap.
Yeah, Cygate also 10 seconds for that's a bit harsh.
Oh, he must have done. I did the same sort of thing. He must
The
have
old slide across.
Yeah.
And there are the position changes. Max up 7, possibly 8 if he gets past Pipe Tech. Pipe Tech up 6, Shane up 5, Wizard up 5, Luke up 5.
Yeah, a lot of the top runners losing out there.
Yeah, Vamu down 12, Jack down 10, Rack down 8, Cygate in the pits. And has retired. I wouldn't be surprised because he's had some wheel issues.
What's the thing? The important thing on this track is the DRS is strong because of the high downforce settings. That DRS is very powerful, so you do really want to stay in the DRS train.
Yep.
And you'll really take advantage to be able to pull away from the people behind you.
And what we saw from last night, you can be about 6 or 7 tenths behind the car in front, and then use the DRS and then overtake them into turn 1. It's as you said, very strong around this track. DRS is now enabled as we're on to lap 3. And Austin goes past Hilly into turn 1.
Yeah, as long as he can get within the second, which he's currently just outside of, his DRS will come into effect now. And has he got the DRS? No, he hasn't. In fact, no one has, so it's weird. Although DRS is enabled, I don't get why he doesn't get enabled for the back straight, but oh well. Oh! Massive crash for Blaze! That could be a safety car. It was at the exit of the final corner, it's a VSC. Oh, but will that be turned into a safety car? It's technically off the racetrack, but it's on pit entry. So in real terms, you normally have a closed pit lane, obviously. But VSC...
Will anyone come in? I don't think it's worth it at this point, if I'm being honest.
Still VSC.
And Max and Vamu are retired at the top of the hill. That could be a safety car. It is a safety car.
Wow. That's so strange.
That is on the run up to turn 11.
Yeah, we're going to find out, hopefully. Oh no, it's been cleared already. So safety car. Now this doesn't really help anyone pitting now. I know people are going to pit, but personally...
He's dived in.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right time to pit now. Because it's well early on strategy, and it just puts you in the back of the field. So yes, you've got a tyre advantage, but you're risking getting damage, having to get through the field. I feel like track position is still key right now, but you never know.
The Wizard's gone to the hard tyre. Interesting choice.
Interesting indeed.
Yeah, Slaughter, you are right. EU4 had no safety cars, and EU3 has already got a safety car and had a VSC. Well done to EU4.
But hey!
And do you know what else happened last night, Lewis? There was only 15 of them, but they all finished.
No.
I know, unheard of. I had to make sure I was sitting down comfortably before I said that statement. I am proud of you. I am proud of EU4. Always am be. That's alright, EU3 have provided us with much entertainment already. In terms of the carnage part of it. I'm sure EU2 will be like that tomorrow. I think it's going to be very feisty once again in the midfield in EU2. Who would have thought, eh?
Oh, absolutely. That is literally what we're gonna. EU2, EU3. It's always pretty elbows out time, but at the same time, not ridiculously. Nothing stupid happens.
I didn't want to mention it, but you mentioned it. I wasn't going to bring it up. You were very unlucky last night. If you're, I hope you had a good talking to your PlayStation to stop it from overheating. Because dare I say, it could have been on for the win. Who knows? So Healy came in onto the hards. Woods has gone on the hard tyre. Jack's still on the gone onto the mediums. Rack's on the mediums. Dan is pitted again and also onto the mediums. Believe he has cycled tyres.
We're going to get the safety car back.
Yeah.
Coming in at the end of this lap.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, again, we get another two. Well, effectively, it's two laps of no DRS.
It
At
will
that
be.
point, then, even more interestingly, are people going to abuse their ERS?
Yes.
That is one of the things. Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
Yeah. Abuse the ERS? No.
The biggest thing we saw last night was people abuse it, but then because you can't really get it back, when you wanted to actually attack, you didn't have any left. And there's a few times last night that people were struggling to overtake the car in front.
Right.
Because obviously once it gets to 10%, actually the battery doesn't produce that much power. It actually loses power.
Yeah, you're not actually in a strong position then, are you?
Let's see who's listened to or had a look at the new safety car rule. Cars have to be single file behind each other, no one driving next to each other. And they all look to have behaved themselves as Has finally goes. He leaves it as late as he possibly could so he could get the slipstream. Max lost a couple of positions off the start.
Turn one.
We are all through turn one. There looks like to be a move further back by McLaren defending.
Yeah, and this all an Alpine and Haas side by side, but they make it. No issues, but this gives, I suppose, people like Rackland. Oh, someone cutting the corner massively and then stops. He had to take a base of action. Fair play, that was Rackvan. So Rackvan's going to be well down the field now.
Oh, there's a McLaren that's run wide. I think it's Spud.
It is Spud, unfortunately.
All the way back down in 15. Dan's already up to 9th. By the way, Lewis made a great start. We spoke about burning the battery low, already down to 54%.
Nice, I like it. Short-term thinking for long-term gains. Got to get track position. No, track position is crucial, especially if you want to get a priority on that DRS.
Yep. Even though you can overtake round here, which is strange to say, track position is important. I would Spud is in. So is that a wing? Is that a wing change? Perhaps.
Yes, so. He did look a bit cautious running wide.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Jack's got past Hilly, which was important for his race because Hilly's on the hard tyre. He's on the medium tyre. We know the hard tyre will definitely go to the end. the medium tyre, can go to the end. This was proven yesterday. Sneaky Tom did nearly 27 laps on the mediums, and they just about made it. But the last few laps was nurse the car home as much as possible kind of phase.
That's about right.
So DRS this time around, I believe. And we are in a train all the way down to 12.
Lovely.
Right.
So those guys who started on the soft, obviously start at the front, and now those softs probably, if you're going to do a a one-stopper, sorry, you're probably looking at pit lap, well, a normal green flag solution would maybe around lap 12, 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that allows these guys to go probably a little bit longer.
Maybe longer, yeah, 15. Yeah, I think lap 15's doable.
Overcast conditions as well, which means the tyre temps won't go through the roof as much. So maybe
I enjoy it.
Yes, I know it's a very love-hate relationship with this track from a lot of people, but I like the track because it's nice to drive. It's just a bit difficult in some places.
It's different though. It's very unique. The elevation changes. And yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's a shame it's not on the calendar this season because it's actually a very good circuit.
It is.
And
I'm also disappointed. Hopefully in the future, as Marina he runs wide, 3 seconds already. And considering we've not had many green racing laps, that's not a good omen with, well, the majority of the race still left to run. Who's not in the DRS?
Everyone is DRS, so I think the whole field, apart from that McLaren and Spud, is in a DRS train still.
Yes, and Hilly.
Oh, and Hilly, yeah.
As Rack and Wizard swap positions. This is over 14th and 15th. They're going to go side by side through turn 4. That's brave. And they're still going to go side by side into the run down turn 5.
Spud with the fastest lap.
And Rack gets past Wizard. Important for his race. As you said, Spud did the fastest lap.
He's on it.
The good news for Spud is those mediums, if he looks off them, can go to the end. So
yeah, or if there's another safety car later on, he'll be able to just switch to softs, and he should have a fresh set of softs left. So yeah,
you should do. You were about to say the gap has grown out front. I can read your mind.
Yeah, you knew it, and that crucially means that he is out of DRS and Marina is going to be under pressure because that DRS is so strong, and their Haas is having a look round the outside. Not the smartest, I don't think, to try and hang around the outside. So now he's got the Mercedes looking around. Phantom Ford might dive bomb it, but chooses not to.
Yeah, just compromise.
Right there.
Yeah, compromises the line when you hang it around. Try and hang it around the outside, as you said. Blades. Oh, Spud will have to stop again. He's done a medium. Blades on the engineering duties, and there is a gap in the train now. Danny's also just dropped off the back of Shane in P9. So there's 2 mini trains at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it.
Undercut round here, super powerful. We saw Sneaky Tom yesterday managed to open up an 8-second lead by pitting 2 or 3 laps earlier than his challenger Camping Ducks, who then couldn't really actually bring the gap down. despite having the fresher tyres. As we see a battle for P9. Not Rapid run off the track. Oh, and there's some damage, I think, Lewis. I don't know if you can see it on the left-hand side of that Ferrari.
Well, Daniels.
Yes, young Daniels.
Sense. He ran wide, and he's not really defending his positions. He's losing them massively. So, yeah, he has. You're right. He has got massive ear wing damage.
Phantom lost the place to Austin. Gap also has come down out front. So strangely, the gap's come down to about a second out front.
Still outside that ERS, but yeah, Marina's now also not under threat from DRS, from Red Bull. So it looks like that means Marina is comfortable, but has also doing very well at the moment.
Phantom picks one out on the outside of turn 14. That's quite a cheap warning to pick up there. Dan's coming into the pits and bolt on the other set of mediums that he's got and go to the end. As Pipe Tech goes down the inside of Not Rapid. And that's for P9. Haas and the Alpine fighting over the lower point scoring positions. Can the Alpine come back with the DRS? Perhaps. Couch of Silver's lost a couple of places. He's in 6th position now. So the Ferrari's not having a good time at the moment.
Looking at 12:33 now. We're getting to that stage where those softs are going to be starting to say to their drivers, I'm no good, get rid of me.
I don't like it here.
Yeah, there's too many corners, too little straights. Well, there is quite a nice straight, but it's still, that's it. Really, that's the only break you get around this track. As a Ferrari, I do see pits, and that is Cacho Silva. So someone does go first, and there is a big undercut around here. So when you do go onto the medium, you do gain quite a bit. The difference is, however, depending on if you're trying to make the medium, the soft medium strategy work, you are stretching it, but it is possible if you pit now. But I think some people will be pitting around that 15.
Austin goes round the outside of the hairpin, round the outside of Remen for P3 now. So the Aston Martin's on the move in this race at the moment. Jack seems to go round the outside of Pipe Tech at the same place. I think Shane's in a really nice position here at the moment. 3 tenths behind Luke in a DRS train, so getting pulled along. The gap behind him's at a steady 4 seconds, and he's on the mediums, the first of the medium runners.
Yeah. What else is there? There is another driver looking to make a pit. All there is, and it's Marina. And also, we've got a few more others joining in. So Marina, Remon, Phantom. So this is where it's supposed to get interesting. That gap will has, even if it has pits on this next lap, will they get the switchback, the undercut rather, on Tasmania. It's currently Marina is just coming out the pits now. P11, clean air. So no issues with traffic, showing the advantage of the safety car.
Shane nearly ran to the back of Luke there.
Right, let's have a look at the lead again.
And he's picked up 3 seconds as well.
Oh dear. So Marina is 25.8 seconds behind our race leader has.
Yep.
I expect that gap to come down. Yeah, those softs are going to be no good, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so. I think, to be fair, it's not. he's not taking massive chunks out of Haas. It's more of temps, if anything.
Yeah. Just have the gap to the leader. Austin's struggling. I think Austin will be pitting this up. There's no question about that. Yeah, Austin comes in.
A few of them are pitting now.
And Shane takes the lead of this race on the medium tyre.
Here we go then.
I'm going to go on board with Marina at, and we're going to see where these guys are going to come out.
Yeah, well, here come Marina's down the main straight, but I think Haas is going to do it still. It's going to be close, but he'll have it. It's obviously a tight entry into turn 1. Cold tyres initially. Yeah, he's still got quite a nice little gap between himself and the Aston Martin.
Yeah, odds is even then, by the looks of things. As there's a battle further down, three-way battle of Capture, Silver, Reman and Phantom. Let's do that. Four-way battle in a second. Luke goes down the inside. The Ferrari's trying to hang it out.
I'm sure both are using ERS side by side in turn 7. Making it neatly from turn 8.
Yeah, the Ferrari forced its way through there. Needed to though. So it's not worked out then for Marina then. Which is... In fact, he's lost a little bit of time, if I'm being honest, Lewis.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's not big quick at all. The gap's up to 2. Yeah, that's Marina doing the fastest lap of the race, but Haas is actually a couple of tenths quicker and will be because he's got those mediums. Phantom gets 5 seconds of speed in the pit lane.
Oh, and the tyres, that was...
Actually, Silver lining up Raymond, and this is a true battle. Because Raymond hit a lap later, they're on the same strategy. P10 for now, but this is really a battle for the podium spot.
Yeah, this is for a net P4 at the moment, but with Marina out on a penalty out front, these guys are only 4 or 5 seconds off the podium places, really. So it's quite a crucial battle, as you said.
Austin, he's 2.3 ahead on that battle and Patrick Silver. Unfortunately, he's no closer to Marina, so...
Yeah, lost quite a bit of time actually, I think. And that's what happens when you stayed out that extra lap, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's probably how if your tyres are wearing off, you just end up losing more time and gaining, and has now 1:19.001. He's about 4 tenths of a lap quicker than Marina, so it's really showing now on these medium tyres that has really not just had to quali pace.
Oh, Luke's got that horribly wrong. Trying to get 2 for the price of 1, and he's going to get one of them, but he's not going to get the other one just yet. As he looks possibly to the inside of the Ferrari. So Rebel there lost 2 places, 2 positions. Shane's building this lead, Lewis, and Jack can't get past Not Rapid in second.
So, yeah, we have a look at the leaderboard. So, Hasmania's 14 seconds behind Shane currently.
Yep.
And so a pit.
Make that 17. Actually, no, they're both on the same, so they're equal now.
So, has gone past DRS. So, it was 16 second pit stop, or 18 seconds for a pit stop. So, at the moment, Shane, when he does eventually pit, which will probably be around lap 20, 21, then expect the soft runner to really make inroads. So Shane's doing well. He's actually doing a very good pace. He's pulling away the guys behind. He's 6 seconds clear of no brakes right now. I think he's in store for a good result. If it stays, obviously, and if it goes safety car right now, even better, because it forces everyone to go onto the soft tyre.
Luke got past Coucho for 10th. I just realised something. We're on about the Aston Martins and has been the net leaders. Hilly's actually the net leader because he's already pitted and those halves can go to the end. So watch out for Hilly and Wizard to see how they get on because at the moment they've got a bit of a buffer over the medium guys.
No, you say that Haz is about to pass him.
Hazzy's about to pass him, but it's more the Austin battle.
Yeah. I think we're only just gone into the second half of this race. Well, it's been a few laps now, but we're in the second half. Still, you've got 15 laps, just under 15 laps to go. A lot can happen, and I feel like those medium roads are going to have such a pace advantage over those guys for 40 lap bars now.
Jack's still stuck behind not Rapid and was looked to get past briefly for a second, losing a lot of time, and Rax now joined them as well, which isn't helping his race. Shane's lead now stretches to 7 seconds and he stays out once again. So when are we expecting these guys to come in? As Jack does come in, and that will be for an undercut, I think, to try and get ahead of this Alpine that's been in his way for the majority of the race.
So Haz is 5.3 behind Red Van. As Jay Prentice now stops. He's putting his softs on.
Down to 12th though. Long way off.
Yeah, Haz is starting to make inroads. Haz is 12 seconds, 12.8, 12.7 behind our race leader Shane at the moment.
Ooh.
So when Shane does pit, he's going to be quite far away. However, he won't be that far away, Marina. And I think he will be ahead of Austin. I think so, just. It's going to be close.
Here's
I think he's in that P3 position.
Marina's currently sat up behind Hilly. Oh, and they get really close. As Marina got past Wizard on this lap, he's still stuck behind Hilly, who's on the hard tyre. I'm surprised he's not got past. He's as you said, losing a lot of time to... Oh, and Hilly runs really wide through the last corner. Who gets DRS out of these two? It is Marina out that does. Not Rapid is in.
Shane's doing very good. Shane's pulling away massively over Rackman, which is suiting him where he is now about 6 to 7 tenths of a lap slower than Tasmania.
I would expect Shane to come in, otherwise he's going to leave himself with too much work to do.
Yeah, agreed. Those tyres aren't looking great now. He's done 20 laps on them. So, I think I agree. Lap 21 is about the right time now. The icon hasn't come up to say his kit window's opened. But, yeah, I'm with you on that. It's getting to, especially now you've got light fuel modes. It's definitely possible. On the soft tyre.
Let's hop back to the battle of P8, which seems to be hotly contested between these three again.
Shane's pitting.
Yeah, I did think he would. I reckon Rack was not going to be much longer behind him. Unless he is going to go to the end. Which would be 29 laps on a set of mediums. Which would be very, very brave.
Here he we go then. So, Marina goes pie.
Shane needs to get out in this. There's a gap coming up, and he needs to get out between Luke and Austin. I don't think he will. No. In fact, he's
right in the middle.
Oh, then nearly got clipped through. That happened to someone else yesterday, and Remon's going to go down the inside.
He's got to keep the head though.
Yeah, he's kept it ahead, which is important. He's got the DRS as well. This is important times for Shane. Remon's going to go down the inside. Really, I'm very surprised he's fighting this position as hard as he is.
Yeah, I do not get it. In fact, he lets him through now.
Yeah, he needs to let. Shane's just on the quick. That is just a quicker tyre.
Because what he's going to mess himself over with is Remon now is going to be outside of DRS.
Yep.
The guy on the soft has got the grip.
Yeah,
you don't
Shane.
battle with, rule number one, you don't battle with a guy on a different tyre, on a different strategy.
Especially when they're brand spanking new, they're going to be.
Yeah. You're just not going to be able to fight here.
Speaking of people fighting it, what is Austin up to? Austin looks to be going for an overtake potentially on the Red Bull, but Lewis, the story of what I've seen so far this week, he's got the DRS. The other person in front of him has the DRS, but he's got no overtake as they go down into turn 3.
Oh, Cacho and Luke having a little touchy moment. And here comes the McLaren with that extra traction. And Shane also has loads of ERS, by the way.
Yeah, I think he's played this. I think he's strategically played this quite well. He's got loads of ERS to use, and then because the field's a bit more spread out now, he can just pick them off one by one as he comes through.
So, next target's El Prentice. Should be able, he just holds on for the DRS. Yeah. And after that, he's got a 5-second gap between himself and Austin.
He's got. And that is going to be the only thing, though. He's pushing quite hard to make these positions, but he's now got 6 seconds worth of penalties, I believe.
Yeah, forced error didn't need to be made. Yeah, it's definitely 6.
I'm going to get rid of the tyre graphic. This is not required.
Shane does that slap. He doesn't use any ERS, but he puts El Prentice in an awkward type position, and he defends it very well. I'm guessing he's going to think about doing it on the back straight here, maybe.
Look at the grip. Luke's going to defend it to the inside, but Shane's just going to lunge it down the middle.
He's got the grip. In a bit.
Luke.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not using ERS to finish the job.
Yeah, this is.
Why is he not doing this? I don't get that.
I thought he was going to get it done into turn 1, and now he's going to have to wait another lap. And that gap in front, although not growing too much, is growing. And the problem is, for Shane, Luke's pace is actually backing him back up into the other two people he's just overtaken.
Yeah.
And if he's not careful, I kind of get it. I've just seen where Jack is on the softs as well. Jack is now closing in as well because of Luke's defending.
Yeah, it's a bit surprised, but use a bit of ERS. He is closer this time, and he does. He gets the job done easily now.
Austin also got the job done on Wizard. Hey, these guys on the hards not making it easy for the guys coming through.
Fair play.
That's Hilly and Wizard on the hard tyres. 4th and 6th.
Yeah, and Hilly hasn't got any penalties as yet.
No, he hasn't, but Shane has now been released and is dragging everyone else with him at the moment.
Well, also, we've got to consider this strategy did work well for a couple of reasons. Now there was a safety car. These guys on the hards be like, yes please, bring on those new shoes.
So at the moment, this battle for P4 is actually possibly the battle for the last podium places. Although we don't know what Rack's doing. Rack's still out there, by the way, Lewis. 22 laps now.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make it. He would pit otherwise.
He's a brave man.
He's going for it. There's no way, because you'd be pitting right now, would it not?
18.6 Shane.
Yeah, he's flying. He's 3 seconds behind the Wizard now.
Austin incidentally didn't get past Hilly there either.
No. Oh, don't hit the back of the Alpha.
Yeah, and the thing is though, for Austin it's really hurting his race because the other two in front of him got penalties.
And Shane is eating away at
this trio. It's about a second a lap. It was 3.7 last time, it's now 2.7. He's dropped Luke, so Luke has now got a train behind him all the way down to 12th place.
Yeah.
Thing is though, these guys are only 15, 16 seconds off the lead. It's not massive.
No, absolutely not. It's all coming back now with, you've got the Wizard, like I say, Wizard, Austin in the middle, then Hilly. Shane is not quite DRS, it's 1.7 behind the Wizard, but next time by...
Austin goes to the inside with his DRS open. Although he's got no ERS left, what can Hilly do to respond? Nothing. And he didn't even use overtake either, so just saving that battery back up. There's a McLaren in the background that we can see approaching the scene. Has got past Rack. That would be an easy swap. So Has is still in the lead. Rack still going strong.
27.33.
It's all going to kick off.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can see what Shane's now in at DRS, so Hilly is trying to stay in the DRS. He's right on the cusp.
Oh, he's just not got the traction.
Yeah, no, getting rid of him with the DRS now. We'll try, but he's on the outside, and that means Wizard now. That's the only thing that Shane's going to be frustrated with. It's in the DRS train here with the Wizard. Wizard will be catching up nearly now, massively down the straight.
Well, he knows he hasn't got to do anything special. He's on for a good result anyway. He's got everyone around him, other than Austin, in the top 7 have got penalties, which could play a factor, we don't know yet. And they've got a nice little gap to Luke down in 8th.
Wizard's run a bit deep. That McLaren, if I was that McLaren, I'd want to get past him now. And I want priority for DRS. The Red Bull runs wide.
Shane's going to go possibly to... Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he sets him up into 10 now.
Down inside.
Oh, I did think he was... Thought about it.
It runs a bit deep. Wizard was expecting it.
It's like he's just going to try and just throw him off his line a bit to... You can just see the grip like Shane's got now. Oh, should have him this time round, surely.
Well, he's got the DRS. The problem.
Oh, and Spud is off. Shane is closing in. And he's still closing in, but he's again not going for it.
Dive in. Too far now. Oh, we got another yellow. Spud again, running off the track. Get good traction though. This is surely the chance. Use your ERS, that's it. That's what you save it for. Brakes late, down the inside, squeeze your guy out. which he doesn't, but he's got the traction advantage. And that crew's catching these two up.
I was literally about to say that. Because of the pace of the guys in front, it's now, we have a DR train from 6th or 5th down to 12th.
Yeah.
Spud has red rear wing, thanks for that, Blaze. I'm waiting for this McLaren to come into the pits, and 5 seconds and retire. There we go.
Yeah, meanwhile, Rackfan's going for it. His pace is very good considering he got involved in an accident at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
That's the two teammates, the AlphaTauri teammates. Here we go then. So Austin through into P5. Its next target is the Aston of Austin.
Yeah, but Austin's not actually caught up to the back of Marina, right? He's dropped off a little bit.
So we've got two AlphaTauris and then two Aston Martins.
Jack's could pass. No brain. Oh, there's some dodging and some weaving. A virtual safety car. For what, though? That's interesting.
Thing is, I don't see anyone hitting the VSC, so it's irrelevant.
Has anyone got any damage? Can't see anyone with any damage, Lewis, so that's a surprise the VSC's come out. Very strange. Couch silver. Oh, that's just. Ooh. 3 second time penalty under the VSC. I have many questions. DRS enabled. Don't know what that was for. That was very strange. Couch silver's not got a front wing. That will. Good spot, Blade. And Jack goes down the inside of... Not rapid. How's Rack's tyres, Lewis? How are they?
They are pretty gone. I'm going to go and bring up the TAS.
As Luke's got past Wizards, gave him a little bit of a shoulder barge.
So he's got 69.54 on the front, 72.64 on the rears.
Oh, that rear left tyre is gonna.
The rear left.
Yeah.
I mean, put that in perspective, those two guys on the hard tyres, the highest their tyres are at 59, so and they've been pretty much since the beginning of time.
Jack's picked up a penalty.
Yeah, 2 to go. And incredibly, Rackman has done so good. His pace is actually really good now. Now the others have leveled off. He isn't that much slower, but he is in the DRS Marina.
Wizard with a penalty as well, so a few drivers picking up penalties towards this late phase, which isn't helping. Luke's going to go for a wide line with a switchback underneath. DRS, I think he's going to set him up into turn 5. Does. Oh, nice little move. Hilly just held the middle of the track. And Luke is away. Hilly's just got to stay with these guys simply because of the fact that he hasn't got any penalties. That's why he's in a good position.
Yeah, Shane's not really. He is making inroads, but it's not going to be quick enough. And also, he's got penalties anyway, so that is it for him. So we are going to be starting the final lap now.
We are, and it's going to be a switch for P2 here. Marina is going to get past Rack, who's done an admirable job to try and keep
He's got the energy though.
those tyres alive.
has the grip. He might be able to get back, but I think Marie's just got the energy. Yeah, he's got the speed rather. Yeah, those tyres are now 76, 72.57, 76.68. The left-hand side really getting tumbling around here, and that is what clockwise tracks do to you, unfortunately. Absolutely, and especially tracks like this. It's Cacho Silva nicks the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Shame.
There's a little qualifying session going on at the back there.
Yeah.
I've just seen Pipetek's done 17 laps on his softs.
Wow.
That's a good effort.
How he hasn't crashed yet, I do not know. But we got Hasmania coming in the final turn. He's going to win deservedly a dominant lights to flag victory, as they say. Minus the pit stops. For him, it was taking control. Marina P2, Rackvan P3. Brilliant. 30 laps on those mediums. As Austin. Oh, Austin gets third.
Takes it. Yeah, it was going to be on penalties.
Yeah,
Try.
Shane drops to 7th in the end, and Hilly, well deserved Hilly, a P6 on that strategy.
Made them work as we wait to see what everyone else is going to do. Pipetek's going to cross the line. Cacho Silva's next man. Not a good day for Ferrari. Unlike real life. Frustrating race for Cacho Silva and Dan, as Dan and Not Rapid are going to be quite close towards the finish here. At least on track anyway. And that is it. 14 finished, 20 started. A race of strategy there, Lewis. I wouldn't say it wasn't the most outstanding races going that EU3 have put on, but a lot of strategic battles going on.
And in the end, obviously the top standard setup came out on top, but Hilly and Wizard almost got away with it. Unfortunately, just got caught up in that mob at the end, but those guys who went on that hard at the beginning made it work. Rackvan as well. Rackvan proving you can do it on the mediums. You can make the mediums last. So, yeah, it's good information for us.
Good information indeed. There you go. Has them with the victory. Marina at second. Austin third. Rack fourth. Luke fifth. Hilly sixth. Shane seventh. Reman eighth. Jack ninth. Wizard 10th. And then Pipetek 11th, Cacho Silva 12th, Dan 13th, Not Rapid 14th, and then DNFs for Spud, Phantom, Vamu, Max, Magician and Cygate. Those four we lost fairly early on. Lewis, could you invite the lovely people to come and join us? That'd be fantastic. And whilst you do that, I will do some talking about plugs and things and whatnot. Plugs. More plugs, yes, more plugs. That is not the only action of Contest 3 that you can see this evening. AM2 will be going at 9 PM Eastern, 2 AM in the UK if you want to watch that. And you think, oh, is there any more European action this week? Yes, there is. Tomorrow, 9 PM UK, normal time on a Wednesday. You can watch me and Lewis drive around in attempt to drive around in circles for your entertainment purposes in EU2, with AM1 then being 9 PM Eastern, 2 AM in the UK tomorrow night. And then Thursday rounds off the F1 action with EU1 9 PM on Thursday.
And you're going to have to keep plugging because...
That's fine. It's not a problem.
Because I'm on my PS4.
Hey, it's not a problem. I can keep plugging. If you want to join these lovely people that you have seen so far this week, our Discord link is in the Twitch stream. You can join us through that. Where we're also accepting everyone. If you fancy yourself racing, you've seen us do it, you want to have a go yourselves, you're more than welcome to join us. Whether that is through our F1 platform, our iRacing platform, or if you want to get involved in some GT7 action, Contest of Speed is looking to. You're starting up a GT7 league, which runs Fridays and potentially Sundays. Dates to be confirmed. And this lot will be going around Silverstone next week. It's the track of choice. Has arrived. He's here. Whilst he's here, whilst the others are waiting, we'll speak to him. Lewis, do you want to take it away? Or...
I'm still trying to find Austin's name. He's changed his name.
Let me have a look for you.
No, I don't think I have him as a friend.
I'll do it. It's fine. No problem.
Okay.
I suppose I should be putting an AlphaTauri up on the screen, so everyone can see. Austin's there. Lewis, do you want to take it away, or you go for it, mate?
Alright, so let's start off with the race winner. Congratulations, Hasmania. Very dominant victory. Really for you, I suppose, once you got past that pit window, that was the only real threat with Marina doing the undercut. I suppose from that second pit window, and when you saw you at the pace, that second half was a lot more relaxing for you. But just through that whole race for you, really. Okay.
No, honestly, yeah. I mean, it was nice enough getting into the rhythm, but then that VFC came out in the second half of the race, and I was just getting flashbacks and I just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And, it's that feeling that I mean, I've had it before, but I obviously haven't won until now. But
congratulations.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, congrats to Marina as well. I feel exhausted now. I don't want to know what it's like in real life.
Yeah. Well, fair play. I didn't realise it was your first win. Congratulations.
Oh.
It's I suppose that adds an extra mental. I totally get it now. That adds an extra mental, tiring part of the race because you've got that pressure of, oh my god, I can win this, and it's just keeping it cool. So, yeah, no, in that case, you made it look like it was normal for you. I didn't notice any errors. You did get 3 seconds, didn't you? But everyone else finished it around you, apart from Austin. Austin was able to nick that 3rd place in the end, just with that team. Yeah. Yeah, well, congratulations. Well done on your debut victory. And you were class act in quali, and you were class act in the race. So congratulations. And we'll move on to Marina. Marina, you gave it a good fight in qualifying. It wasn't that far away, and in the race as well, particularly the first stint. Like I mentioned, was that pit stop planned, or did you try and go? Or was it deliberately a lap earlier, thinking you might get an undercut?
Well, I have a few notes from a few other races that I've done in Portimao, and I knew the pit window was going to be around 13, 15.
Right.
But I was tempted to go in lap 12 as well, try and see if I could undercut him. Went lap 13 instead, because I was thinking about the mediums towards the end there, but ended up not really working out, especially when we got to the hard runners. Hasmania got through them a little bit easier than I did. I wasn't really expecting that much of a fight, but it was race positions, so can't really expect them not to fight. So that's just how it is.
That's it. And also those hard tyres aren't actually too bad. When it gets to that point where your mediums are towards 10 lap old, it's not too different. It's still an advantage, but it's quite hard, and if that DRS is so strong. So you managed to get through in the end, and then once you did, like you said, the gap was spread out, but you had a very safe P2, although you had to battle at the end, right to the end, obviously getting past Rakvan, because he went on a very incredible strategy of going... How many laps, Matty, did he do on the medium? Wasn't it 20...
30, I think, in the end, nearly. 29, 30.
Pit on lap the first safety car there.
Yeah. And his rears were at, or his rear left was at 76%.
Punchy territory.
He managed, punchy territory. But he managed, obviously you had to go and battle it in the end to get past him, because you didn't know. Obviously, you knew his penalties, but you didn't. You effectively having to battle it on track. It seemed. Apart from getting past the hard runners, for you again, it was kind of like, not quite got the pace he has, but solid points moving on in this championship. P2, congratulations on your result.
Yeah, thank you. Can I just say as well, Hasmania, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, great performance.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Yeah, it's good sportsmanship there. And finally, Austin, great in the end, getting that P3, and crucially for you as well. I mean, in the end it wasn't crucial, because although Shane was coming at you, he did have 6 seconds penalties, and I'm sure you're already aware of that. But if he hadn't, it would have been a bit more interesting. But you were able to get through those hard tyre runners of Hilly and Wizard towards the end, and that really just solidified it. And the fact you had no penalties. Were you at the end, did you feel like you had a chance of getting that P3, or you knew, obviously with the penalty situation, that you had a chance of getting the P3?
I think like when Marina told me like about the penalties, I knew like I had the P3, but like I wasn't expecting to be on the podium today with like the pace I had in quali.
Right. Yeah, because where did you qualify again? Where was it?
P10.
Yeah, that's it. So you really took advantage, because P10 is not always the best place. You are the last runner on used softs. You are forced in that strategy, but you were able to keep it clean. And your strategy, did you run a bit? Did you pit early, or did you run a bit later in that for going onto the medium tyre?
I pitted 1 lap later than Marina.
Yeah, so you pitted at the same time as Has. Yeah, so in the end you were able to have a good middle stint, medium stint, and you were never really in the battles with the other guys until you caught up with the hard runners. Just talk us through your race really. How was that first stint? Because there was all sorts of things going on, and you seemed to avoid the chaos.
Like with the start, I already had 12% tire wear because I did 3 laps on them in quali. So it was like really bad at the start, but I think I overtook 2 or 3 people, like into turn 1. And then, like nothing happened until the safety car restart. And I overtook 2 people, and I was like net P3 from that point on.
Right. Yeah, you just under the radar, didn't catch it. That's the best way to be. The best way to be is to not be controversial and just get your way through making moves. So, congratulations, getting that P3, thanks. Especially when you felt like you didn't think you were going to get it today. It's always a nice boost. Knowing it in the race trip, you've got the racecraft and the pace to do well. So, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
And that, Matty, concludes the podiums.
Thank you very much, Lewis. That does. And we will round it off there. I've told you where you need to be. be back on stream in a few hours' time to watch AM2. These guys will be racing at Silverstone next week, which should be very exciting. Don't worry, the lovely Dutch tones of Thomas will be back on a Tuesday. You don't have to put up with me anymore. You'll be fine. Thanks, Lewis, as always, for stepping into the commentary box as you do every week. It's a pleasure to be alongside you, as always.
It's a pleasure as well. Pleasure's all mine.
And thank you for everyone that came and watched the EU3 race this evening. Thank you for your support, as always. Hit that follow button on Twitch. It will be uploaded onto YouTube, so you can hit the like and subscribe. It is all free. We love your support as always. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.